When I look at my life and I think about where I got it right, it's these little things. I spend my day to days looking for these little things that are going to help me progress in one way or the other. The extremes, they don't necessarily work for me, although I may contradict a bit of myself uh, by the very purpose of this video. So I'm always looking for little things that I can use in unison, a collective, a gumbo, if you will. You know, a series of hacks, a collective of hacks that will allow me to be the best version of myself, you know, to be able to use whatever I have around me to be as effective and as efficient as possible. A type of guerrilla warfare, just using whatever you have. Anyway, the reason for this video is something that I was thinking about. Attack the ordinary. You see, life has this way of kind of just like having no color, has no flavor, no spice to it. You know what I mean? It's why we turn to these external solutions. It's why we turn to the alcohol, the weed, the women, the porn, the television, all of these things, which in moderation, okay, fine, it's not really all that bad, but we turn to these things, and of course, moderation, you know, when it's so easily attainable, well, you see how that turns out. It can turn out bad. You can find an addiction in just about any department. Anything that you can enjoy, you can be addicted to. But anyway, it's something that I found. I realized that at times I move a little bit too slow, you know, with the things that are kind of good for me or things that must be done with the mandatory things, folding clothes, what you know, folding the clothes, cleaning up, getting out of bed, you know. And I found that if I have this attack mindset, I'll get straight. I'll get straight to it and I'll get straight through it. So let me give you an example. Something I was thinking about earlier. So you know, I work out frequently, and I love to have protein shakes, but I put a lot of stuff in it. You know, I got this pea protein, and I'm putting amino acids in it. It's creatine, L-glutamine, BCAAs, glycine, and I throw some maca root, and you know, they're just those things. And what I found is that a lot of it would go to waste because you know perhaps it has a lot to do with what time of day I'll make it. You know, like it'll be like towards the end of the day, and you know it ends up in the refrigerator and it'll sit for a few days. You know, but just on a day like today, you know, I put together a protein shake, and honestly, this pea protein that I have is unflavored. It's not good at all, man. You know, I put a little honey in it and stuff like that, but it just wasn't really that good. It's, you know, it's a hefty thing, but you know, I done worked out, and you know, I don't want to be wasteful. That's a big thing for me right now is to not be wasteful. There's people out there begging, and I'm like tiptoeing around filling up my belly. You know what I mean? And you know, people may have one thing or the other to say about gluttony, or don't get too full and all that. I'm trying to make a point here, and so I take this and I'm like, man, I'm attacking. I'm gonna down this. I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna drink. And you know, that's a great mentality to have towards a lot of the ordinary things because they become so ordinary. You kind of drag your feet in doing it. Like a lot of times, I won't even make the protein shake because the process takes too long. You know what I mean? It doesn't really take that long, but you know, I just move so slow. Scoop here and a scoop here. You know, trying to be all perfect and precise. But I feel more motivated when I just come on, put it in there, measure, boom, in there, come on, as fast as possible, close it up. You know, try to make the process as fast and effective as possible, and that can be applied to just anything, man. Like going up the steps. When I go up the steps, I jump. You know, I more times than not, I'm jumping steps. I'm hopping over, steps and just trying to see how many steps I can get. I'm just running up the steps. I'm getting older. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm 34. I'm almost 34 years old. So I figure, hey, if I can do this today, I can do it tomorrow. So I just want to keep the streak going for as long as I can. But I just want to attack things. When I write in my journal, like I want to attack it. Like I want to get through as fast as possible, but still, just yeah, I really just want to get through as fast as possible. I don't really care how neat it is, but I also still want to make it a challenge to be neat. You know what I mean? When I'm folding up clothes, I have this thing, and I'm going to work on this. I'll be more frequent with washing clothes because I have so many clothes. I just let it pile up. But a day like yesterday or 2 days ago, whenever it was, when I was folding laundry, man, whole bed was covered. You know what I mean? Like, man, I'm just trying to get through it as fast. Attack it, like attack everything. And I'm challenging myself to do everything to the best of my ability, to not be timid. Like, and even when it comes to things that don't really require a lot of physical movement, like I want to attack. I like to read Kindle books on my phone, and there's this feature where you can have like a text to speech on there, so it's reading aloud and progressing along, as and you read along. So, and there's a speed for it. You can slow down the speed or you can up it. On the phones, I think it goes up to like 3.5. On my particular Kindle, it goes to like 4, but for some reason the 4 on here is just about as slow. The 2 times the speed is about as fast on my phone as the 4 times speed is on the Fire, the Kindle Fire or whatever it is. So on my phone, I'm reading 2x speed, and boom, 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 and when you have it sideways, it doesn't show as many words, so it's attacking. You know what I mean? It's like really fast. It's like really helps with the ADHD, because that's the thing about me. Like reading silently, I struggle a bit with that, maybe because of some type of ADHD, or just because it, like when I'm reading, kind of just like trying to compete with the thoughts that are already in my head. So to have the words played back to me at the same time, not only does it speed up my reading, it forces me to focus more, and also I'm retaining more of the information. So that's what I found. So I'm able to like just down a book, down it. You know what I mean? You don't need to hold on to every word. By the way, a lot of people who excel at speed reading, they'll tell you it's like you're not reading for every word. You know what I mean? You're reading for the gist of it, of each sentence, and it just kind of becomes a collective thing. Now you're getting the message from it. But when I'm listening to it on my Kindle, it's I have basically 2 sources of information, so it's like double the chance of me retaining it. So I'm reading along and I'm focused on that, but I'm also hearing it too. So that is like wiping out all of my thoughts about anything outside of this present moment. I am in reading with intent, and I'm intense with it, and I'm getting through it. And this is becoming more and more of a practice of my daily life. And and it's not always all aggressive and shit like that. Sometimes it's a mental attack, just mentally like, oh, get it, come on, pull out the best, and on the surface it just looks real calm and laid back, but in my mind it's just like, come on, put in your best work, put your best foot forward, like, and it seems like kind of like an oxymoron in a sense, because I'm like, in my mind it's like, come on, man, go hard about being laid back, just like really attacking any forces that are working against me, like even something like, taking a nap. Sometimes you stay up long enough when you're tired, then you're just not as tired and you won't take a nap. But like earlier today, I knew that I was tired. I knew that I wasn't going to be nowhere as effective later on in the day at a time like now, which is probably like, I don't know what time it is, like 7 o'clock or something. I knew I wouldn't be anywhere as effective if I didn't take that nap. So I forced myself to take a nap. Of course, I didn't stress myself to take a nap because it would be counterproductive. Stress will keep you up. But it forced myself. Get to it, get to it quickly. It's not always you know high powered. It's sometimes could be as simple as just showing up to do that thing. You know, going to I say in this case it wasn't really going against the grain. Sometimes it's not going against the grain. Sometimes it's laid out for you, but we complicate things. When I woke up from my nap, I went against the grain because it's really cold and windy outside, and got this aggression in me. And I'm seeing the guys work out on the Instagram and stuff like that, so I want to work out too. So I go out there and I just go do some pull-ups and some push-ups. It's 20 something degrees. Uh, I'm layered a little bit, and I just get it in and feel good about myself. It feels great to be proactive. Um, but as I progress, and you can do this too, like I'm looking to do this in other aspects, like getting out of bed. Like one thing I told myself I was going to do is like throw my phone. If I grab my phone in the morning when I wake up, I'm going to throw my phone, because I know that I can get to scrolling for a while or just do a bunch of things that really isn't going to help my cause. But I want to be aggressive about things. I want to attack the things. Like just have that mindset. It's not always being like super aggressive physically, because it can be counterproductive. I'm not telling you to make that tea real aggressively, the hot tea, and just but like forcing yourself to do things, which is with that type of mindset. It's really all comes down to the mindset, for real. And for other things that can be sped up, you speed it up. You move a little faster throughout the house. You rush into the workouts. You don't tiptoe around it. You just get to it. You get to it, and you give as much as you can to any particular thing. So it's becoming a great practice, and I know that over time, like it'll build up a type of mental muscle. It's kind of a go-to thing, and I believe that it will up your level of productivity, like it is doing for mine. Just trying to tell myself, do it now, because I definitely have the ability. I'm very skilled at procrastinating, but it's not very favorable. It doesn't make me feel happy about myself to do such things. And so, this is something that I'm implementing, and happy to share it with you. Let me know what you think, man, and best wishes.